Hi y'all, I'm really excited to be here today, and my name's Kimmie, and this is my best friend and my roommate Allen. Allen is blind and I am visually impaired, and we have talked about for a while having a channel that
Well, basically what we're looking at is addressing certain things that come up with regard to blindness, whether you've been blind all of your life or whether you've been diagnosed with a condition which causes you to go blind over time, whether that's a small amount of time or a large amount of time. There is an adjustment involved, and so that's what this channel is meant to address.
and that would be our Jack. That's our golden retriever. So what we found out this month, we're just kind of celebrating our first month of living in our apartment in Colorado Springs. We're very proud of that. It took a lot of work. We had a lot of gratitude, a lot of thanks to a lot of people it took to come together to make that happen. And so one of the things we figured out too is setting up a channel, and especially for people who are blind, it's a learning curve, and so we definitely wanted to do what we promised, and which is an introduction, and to let you know that what this is going to be about is documenting my journey to going blind, and also witnessing the life of Allen, who is blind and who's been blind since birth. On another time, we definitely want to go deeper into that, and we will. Some of the things that we would like to hit topic on is just stories about our daily lives and what we go through. I started losing my vision a year and a half ago, and in that I found I was really grateful. I'm really grateful, and I'm really lucky that I had a place to be safe and to go through the changes and the loss that I was going through and at that time in my life. And in that, I joined support groups, and I've seen a lot of the questions and the things that what another have to say, and sometimes I'm just kind of so overwhelmed with the questions that I just would love to do like what I'm doing right now. And later, coming up, what I will do is address some of the questions that I have seen in some of my support groups and such. And there's a lot of us who are still new to being blind, and there are those who have been blind all their life, like Alan. Sometimes I really believe.
Okay, Jack.
All right, Jack's gonna be a good boy now. So anyways, we're just wanting to keep it real and do some things that are fun, also talk about subjects that could be touchy, and talk about things that are just a lot of fun. And an example of gratitude, and when I talk about that, is because the number one thing that I can do in my life is to have rest. And to have a place where I am safe, and I can rest when I need to rest, and I can address my health issues when I have them, and that's the situation that I have now. But I'm a year and a half in, and I have, like I said, spoken to or communicated with others that are just in different places of being blind, and in that desperation of wanting to connect through a friend of a friend of a friend is how I found Alan, and how we came to become great friends, because what we learned together is that we both work in operate in gratitude, and there's a few different things that I mean with that. And one story.
Well, basically what happened was we were looking to get out of Hartselle. Hartselle is a small, actually, town in Colorado. And I was living off the grid, and she was about 30 miles away from me. Anyway, we wanted to get out of this small town, get into a bigger city type situation, so that the skills of skills required to operate as someone who is going blind, visually impaired, whatever the term one wants to use. I just lost what I was going to say.
Well, what we found in this, the wonderful opportunity we have to kind of be out in the world and be taking care of ourselves as people who are visually impaired and blind. You want to come in a little closer, Alan?
So basically, what we found was we
take longer to do things than we thought we would. This is number one. I think we set up our first days, thought we would be unpacked, taking care of all of our errands and important things in a couple of days. And there was a time, you probably knew better, but there was a time that I probably could have done that. But it has taken us all month, and we had to organize ourselves, and things, though this is the wonderful blessing, things have been difficult. And in that, though, we've had a wonderful time finding gratitude in the smallest things. And we thought that we would get here and take care of our business. I'm gonna live me and do me and be my best self. And we're not gonna get to know neighbors. We're just gonna do what we, focus on our goals. And we got here, and that kind of wasn't the plan in the universe. And so we've gotten to know lots of people, and they've been very supportive, very kind, have said wonderful things. And we just feel like we just want to continue to share in the magic of gratitude, and share in the magic of telling one another that you're not alone, and you're not the only one going through this. And
right, and that actually brings up a very difficult question or position that some might be in, where there are options. There are ways to get out of it, and we talk about gratitude, and we might even touch upon joy every now and then. And the idea that we believe that gratitude produces joy. You can't be joyful without having a grateful and thankful spirit. But that kind of thing sometimes just isn't there.
Sometimes it's you start out in a place where it's really difficult, and I don't know why. Maybe it's with the pandemic and things going on that I really noticed in my support groups that I read right now is a lot of people saying that they are sad and that they are depressed. And for us, an option for us is we've chosen to, in the midst of crisis, to just be joyful. Talk about a story that made us happy one time. Anything, just to be grateful, because I know that for me, I want to live the second half of my life to be the best half of my life. And I am a people person, and I just want to share what's in our heart and our experiences with anybody who might have questions about being blind, or questions about our life, or anything, because it's called Blind Talk, because any area of my life is affected by not having sight or by being low vision. And so it's Blind Talk. It's open. It's open. I would love to hear if anyone has any questions or comments, and any suggestions for some social experiments.
Any kind of content.
I have some things that I would like to do for my grandsons, Killian and Kendry. Grandma loves you. They're my inspiration. Every time I see them, it is the very next best day of my life. And I have a lot of gratitude there for my family. I'm just so blessed, and for my best friend, Alan. And we apologize. We don't have our channel quite, and our camera equipment quite ready, but we promised that we would debut today, and we would say, here we come, Kim and Allen, Blind Talk, okay? So we wish you a really wonderful, happy 4th of July, and we are going to get with some friends of ours named Ambry and Max that you will get to know, who will help with technical camera support and be involved in some of our social experiments, because Alan and I do need that third person. So tune in. We've got more to come, and welcome into our lives.
See you guys next time.
Happy 4th.